Hey guys, so I wanted to do this video for you, and it makes me very uncomfortable because I don't generally talk about sort of personal things on videos, but I thought this was worth talking about, and it has to do with something I posted the other day. Some of you might have seen it, and it was about happiness being a process and the fact that you might have your happiness associated with a particular goal. And for a lot of us, that might be a weight, a number, a goal weight. So for me, when I started this journey, and pretty much for most of my adult life, I had this number in my head, this 150 pounds, that was my goal weight. And as soon as I got there, everything would be okay. Everything would take care of itself. So I hit that goal weight and then some. Before my competition last year, I was about 140 pounds. So sort of the surprising part of that for me is that, on the inside, I really didn't feel any different than I did before. And that was surprising to me. It was surprising to me that although I had achieved and surpassed my goal, everything didn't magically fix itself. And that was sort of a rude awakening because it made it really obvious that the problems I was having and the way that I felt about myself had a lot to do a lot more with just my weight. And that was tough. I found myself, going to stores and still grabbing a large, and going into the change room and being generally totally surprised that it was too big, and I will never forget, I went into Guess one day to buy a pair of tights, and I'm looking at the sizes, and there was only a small and a medium left, and the girl that was helping me was like, well, do you want to try those on? And I told her, well, no, you only have a size medium, there's no large here. And she just looked at me like I was crazy, like, what the hell are you talking about? Of course the medium is going to fit. And so I tried them on, and of course they did, but I still have that problem when I go into a store and I look at something and think, oh, that's going to be too small, that would never fit me, that would never look good on me, because in my mind, and even sometimes now when I look in the mirror, I still see that same person. I still see the same flaws that I saw before. There are days where, you walk past the mirror and avoid looking at yourself because you still don't feel that great about your body, and you just have a tendency to see the flaws. And, that's something that I still really struggle with, and I'm sure that a lot of you can relate. And, sorry. Um, when you're overweight, it's really easy to put the blame on your weight. I'm not happy because I'm fat. I'm not happy because I don't look good. But when you're not fat anymore and you still struggle with those problems, you get a little lost because you're not really too sure why they're still happening. And every once in a while, these feelings totally derail your efforts. You still have those feelings of sort of pointlessness. Why bother? I have so far to go. Why bother? I might as well just eat whatever and eat junk because that's what I deserve. I'm not going to look any better than I do now. And it's a hard thing to come to terms with when your self-esteem is so wrapped up in your appearance. It's just so fucking shallow. And I really wish that it didn't have to be that way. And, all that being said, I've made a lot of progress in the last couple of years, and I have learned to be confident in my abilities, and I don't second guess my skills, my ability to set a goal and to accomplish it, and to create a business and be successful with it, or to help people achieve their goals. And I'm very confident in my abilities, but when it comes to aesthetics and appearance and my value in that sense, it's still really fucked up. And it doesn't ever go away. There's a lot of days where I don't think about it, and then there's a lot of days that I still punish myself, and I'll get on the scale when I know it's going to be a few pounds higher after a cheat night or whatever, just so I can see the number and make myself feel bad about it. I will do weird things like that just because I feel like I deserve, to be punished for it in some weird way. So, like I said, every once in a while it'll catch up to me, and it gets really hard. But something that I've learned in the last however long it's been since I started this is that eventually, your healthy habits are habits, and they're not new anymore. And so even when you're struggling, it becomes a little bit easier to fall back on those good things, and to keep going with the good things does eventually pull you out of it. I mean, yeah, sometimes a couple of days or a week or whatever here and there really suck, but because you can sort of maintain what you've been doing, you don't have a tendency to fall off the bandwagon completely and stay off. So to those of you that struggle with those same issues, I encourage you to just keep at it. And I know that it sucks sometimes. I know that it's really hard, and maybe you feel like you'll never feel good about yourself. And you know what? Even when you get there, you will still have those days. But it's how you handle those days and how you come back from them that are so important. And I just thought that maybe a few people might empathize with that and would benefit from hearing it. I know fitness models who still struggle with the same problems. It really doesn't have anything to do with what you look like on the outside. It's all up here. It's all up here, and so as much time as you spend in the gym and eating right and doing all that stuff, it's still really important to take care of yourself mentally, because those are the challenges that have the potential to really set you back. So anyways, I wish you guys all the best, and if there's anything I can do for you throughout your journey, please get in touch, and I'm always here to help. So sorry for the long slob story, but anyways, that's kind of how I was feeling this weekend, and kind of wanted to chat about it. So all the best. Take care, guys.